following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning from TFNN. Welcome to the May 15th. Fantastic Friday edition of today's opening bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there had a terrific Thursday. Let's make sure we do everything we can to have a fabulous Friday and a wonderful weekend. Of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I, we can make that one little 2x4 shift in the world, we can find a gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to go throw at us. We're going to go take a look at the circumstances in the markets today. I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone and dial on in at 877-927-6648. Of course, internationally, you can reach out and touch someone at 727-445-1044. This is Fabulous Friday. Of course, it's Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got Dow futures up 8 points, trading at 18,210. S&P is up a point, trading at 21,1875. NASDAQ up 9 at 44.99. Looks like the Russell 2000 is flat. Hey, the U.S. dollar index is anything but flat. It's up 490 ticks right now or so, trading out at 93.99. We're going to go take a look at that euro. It's testing the top of that descending price channel. We're going to find out. We'll probably find out today whether it was a real breakout or not. Goldilocks, that's trading at 12.16. We'll find out whether it's a real breakout or not. Did not impress me yesterday. Just it closed like a buck over the resistance level. That's not how you take out resistance areas. Silver is flat, trading at 17.46. You've got light sweet crude back 89 cents right now, traded at 59 bucks. If we take a quick peek across the globe out here, let's go look at your friend and mine. Actually, let's do this. Let's come over here. Let's take a look at the DAX. It's off 12 points right now. What do we know about the DAX? Really trading within two price channels out here, the longer term rising price channel, and right now just simply this little sub correction channel out here. The DAX, even if it does run higher, is going to run into resistance around 11,730 or so. So its downtrend is still in place. Just a little correction with inside that rising price channel. In the case of the FTSE looks like another week. Another solid week out here. Let's change this to the weekly chart out here. Another solid week of staying above the top of that long-term and since 1999 consolidation level of 69.50, 60 out here. The day's not over, and maybe it gets back below that, but at this stage here, it's doing everything it possibly can to get and stay above that 1999 level of 69.50.60. A quick peek over in Asia last night. We had the Shanghai. That was, as soon as I can find it here, oh, I blew away the Nikkei. Okay, well, the Shanghai was up, was down 74 points. The Hang Seng was up 535 points, and the Nikkei, I must have accidentally deleted the symbol there. I'll have to go back and figure that out. I'm not going to work on that now. Let's just take a look at the Hang Seng. The Hang Seng here, nice little explosive move last night, but, you know, again, all the Hang Seng is doing, we know that it's just really consolidating up at these highs, working out that overbought condition out here. It does want to eventually make a run in that 28,008 to 21 area, and quite frankly, wants to run higher than that. But that's going to be its next eventual target out there. So let's back away from Asia. Let's go take a look at our markets. Let's take a look at our markets first by looking at what's going on inside of the euro right now, because this is going to have an impact. Going to have an impact on the U.S. dollar index out here. And if we take a look at the euro, well, this is the weekly chart. Well, that's interesting. So here's the weekly chart. I'm glad that you asked me to do that. Thank you so much out there. Here's the weekly chart of the euro. You can really see inside the weekly chart of the euro this descending price channel out here. And right now we can see that price is pulled back right inside the top of that trend out here. So all the euro has done in this little counter trend rally is run right up into a level that has acted as resistance, quite frankly, ever since the middle of July, middle of June in the summer of last year out there. So now we'll take a look at this on the daily chart, but thanks for asking me to do that on the the weekly chart, just because it was so clear. Right now in the daily chart, it looks like price is really coming right back in to that price channel. I'm going to defer, since we're ending the week, to this chart right here and what it is doing. There we go, that the euro has not broken out. We'll take the weekly. Now, if that is the case, and if this area acts as resistance, what that says is one of really three things out here. Those three things could either be a retracement from the low to the high. So in the case of the euro, let's take a look at what those levels would be. Let me do this here. Let me see if I can do this here. I know I can. I can do almost anything. Actually, I believe I can do it. Oh, shoot. That didn't help a whole lot. Nice job there, Steve-O. No, I do believe that I can do anything, and I know you can do anything too. I know you have that same belief. That's not a belief of, Anyways, if we take a look at it, let's just get back to where if the euro is unable to break out of its descending price channel, right now that's the message that we have here, then the first pullback would be to $1.10, 1.1068. If it pulls back below that level, the next area would be 1.0835. If it pulls back a little further, then you're looking at getting into 1.0669. So we're just looking at retracement levels on the way down. Of course, there's two other options. Makes a 100% move by getting back to $1.04, and then just simply makes an expansion of that last move, which would take it right down to the bottom of the price channel out here, right into this dollar, almost getting back to par out here. And so those are really your five different options at this stage. Now, in the case of any of those options, to the extent that you believe that the U.S. dollar index and gold are dancing hand in hand, then this is a very important chart for you to be paying attention to. And the reason why it's an important chart for you to be paying attention to is because if this euro is going to move back, because of its weighting structure inside the U.S. dollar index, the U.S. dollar index is going to move higher. Doesn't have a choice. The U.S. dollar index is not what's controlling, what, in my opinion, it's not what controls. The U.S. dollar index is nothing more than just a mathematical calculation of what's going on in six other currency pairs and their weighting structure inside there. So that's really why we take a look at what's going on inside of the euro. We take a look at what's going on inside the pound as well. In this case here, we know the pound does have a nice little A to B equals CD to the upside in it. If we take a look at the daily chart, that should still be on my system out here, has not completed it. That would get up to the $1.60 level. But we did have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading sessions in a row to the upside out here. So a little bit of a breather and a retracement and a pullback is in order. If this currency is pulling back, it's getting weaker. U.S. dollar index is getting stronger out there. Okay, now let's go over and take a look at Goldilocks. Gold is back $8 right now. It impresses me if gold can, in fact, stay above the 1224 level, but it's not right now. What it has done is come back, and it looks like it's tested the top of the resistance level of its TAS market profile. So that's nice. But what we know about gold is it's basically been consolidating in a fairly narrow range for it since the middle of March, end of March, March 20th to be exact out here. So it's between the 1180 area to that 1224-ish point. And not until it takes out 1224 can we absolutely say with some type of certainty that, in fact, the next move should be 1250 and or 1272 out there. So the U.S. dollar index, if you believe that the gold is going to, continue or maybe get back in line with regard to the U.S. dollar index, then you've got to be saying that you want to see that euro break out of that descending price channel. So you're pulling for a euro to go ahead and get stronger and the U.S. dollar index to get weaker. And we do not have those signs as of yet. In fact, if you take a look at the correlation of these two, everything is really lining up here in order for you to be able to make those trades, or at least pay attention as to what's going on. Now let's come over and take a look at our futures market out here. If we take a look at that, let's start off by taking a look at what's going on inside of the ES Mini. What do we know about the ES Mini? Yesterday, and this morning, it got back into its swing point here from April 27th. The high on that, I tell you what it is, but I have to turn on my data window. The high of that swing point was on April 27th. That was our key reversal session out here. Let's go ahead and draw a line across this. That is going to be a red line. We're going to draw a red line in the sand out here. It's not really the sand. It's more like on Stevie's screen out here. But nonetheless, let's do a red line, and let's move that from the right. No, we want to do that. We want to go ahead. Let's put that into, show that price in the center there. No, that didn't. Why do I want to do that? Top. Huh. Interesting. Where is it? I'm missing something. I am missing. Oh, there we go. That's it. Let's just move it over just a little bit. There we go. So 21.1975 is really the area inside the ES Mini that is your significant resistance area. Now, Stevie says it's a significant resistance area because that's what the chart is telling us. The chart is telling us that simply because we have a key reversal session up at the top of a consolidation level, and that happens to be that April 27th high. And that says that if we see a close above 2119.75 today, then that says that there could be an A to B equals CD to the upside, a large A to B equals C to the upside as we take a look at the daily chart. And as well, we know we've got about a 75, 80 point breakout, something along those lines. Good move to the upside out here. So today we want to be watching 21.1975. If we see a break above that level, let's turn on this tool too. Oh, there it is. And let's take a look at the A to B equals CD patterns. Let's look at the small one first. The small one, we would just simply come down to the low out here on May 7th. The top, the high out here looks like on May 11th, and then a retracement down one day into May 12th. And 1-to-1 A to B equals CD here would take in about the 21.35 level. So any close above 21, well, let's delete that now because I can't see. Any close above 21.1975, we've got to assume that 21.35-ish area comes into play. If we also just simply take a look at expansions of swing points here, we're going to come from that key reversal session, all right? We're going to go from that high down to this low that we use as that A to B equals CD, and we'll see that at the 1.272 expansion of that set of swing points is 21.36. So any close above 21.1975, and pretty good chance that 21.36 comes into play. Does it have to? No, I can't control where it's going to go, but we can utilize these measurement tools to help us identify where price is likely to travel to if X happens. At this stage of the game, what we know right now is X has not happened. So we'll continue to pay attention. But you know what to expect based on what might transpire today. For the bears, I can say you want to see a close below 21.1775, certainly the 21.19.75, and that is what's going on inside of the ES Mini. Let's go take a look at the same kind of thing with the NASDAQ out here. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. What has the NASDAQ done so far? Well, if we take a look at retracement levels from its high on April 27th, oh, that's not good. I grabbed the wrong tool out there. That's not going to help you. But let's try to grab the right tool, give us the right information. And what we can see is right now what the NASDAQ futures contract has done is really Johnny on the spot here. I'm not really sure what that means, but since my best friend's name is Johnny, I can say that. If we take a look at what it's actually done, the high so far today, 44.88, and the, no, 45.07. What am I talking about? 45.0750, and the 0.786 retracement, 45.07.78. You got to love it. Hey, the Bears are going to show up. Now is basically the time. Maybe not at 9:19, maybe not at 9:32, but shortly thereafter. This is Steve with TFNN. We'll be right back, folks.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy. A set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. TigerTV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow futures up 8 points, S&P a point and a half, NASDAQ up 9. So the key chart of the day out here, which this is what it looks like to me. Actually, let's take a look at this here. It's the 30-minute chart here for the ES Mini. So as we take a look at it, as it exploded topside beginning yesterday morning at about 3:30. If you're following us on Tiger TV, I hope you are. And we just simply take a look at the move to the upside. So as price moved to the upside out here, candlestick-wise, what did we really have taking place? Was there any kind of bearish reversal signal? There was one here at 10 o'clock in the morning. That was overtaken. That's a little bearish engulfing candle right here. That was overtaken by that nice wide-ranging bar by 10:30. We never saw any other reversal candles. We saw one potential for a little price relative strength divergence pattern that took place coming into yesterday's close with that little doji candle on that 30-minute. But that just simply, the leaves never fell off of the trees there. Never really saw any reversal signals out here. If we take a look at wave counts to the upside, well, at 2:30 this morning, with a nice little upthrust there as the currency traders were coming online over in London. We saw a nice spike higher inside of the ES Mini. Of course, when it was doing that, it was making one of those seventh wave patterns to the upside. Now, we have seen a couple of bearish reversal signals since then. That is still in play out here. Oftentimes, it's where the market can get stretched right out at that high. So a nice little bearish engulfing candle here at 7 o'clock. this morning. We saw a little bit of follow through at 7:30. A little bear sash candle looks like right here at 8:30. Additional follow through there. So the key chart, in my opinion, today is going to be the 30-minute chart out here. If we see that what the bulls want to see is they want to see 21.1658 hold. That's going to be your TAS market profile. It's also going to be the bottom of this little wide-ranging bar out here that took place at 2:30. If we start to see a failure of that level, meaning a close below 21.1658, it says retracement would be in order. Likewise, if we see a close above that high here of 21, what is it? 21 high, 22.75, and all of what we took a look at in the ES Mini earlier starts to really come into play. As far as retracement levels with regard to where this will head to, it's going to be easier for you to view those on this screen here. So let's go take a look at that 30-minute chart, and we take a look at retracement levels. We'll look at the shorter one, meaning the one coming off of that 3 a.m. session yesterday morning, from that to the high out here, and that would say you'd be looking at 21.11 to 21.03. So when we take a look at the ES Mini, we've taken a look at both sides of the trade, what it means as a breakout and to close above that key reversal session, as well as above this seventh wave inside of the 30-minute chart out here. And I think this is the chart that provides you and I with the most amount of information as we speak for today's trading out there. With regard to other things that are moving here early this morning to the upside, we've got Netflix that's closed out at 586. It's trading out at 605. Let's go see what Netflix is going to do here. Looks like back to a new all-time highs out here this morning when it opens. This thing has been as strong as it can be. If we take a look at longer-term charts out here, let's just look at weekly, see what kind of price projection or patterns or anything that we have in play here. I just come back to the more conservative A to B equals CD pattern on it, and that's going to take us up into a price. Whoops, come on, work for me, come on, you're a workhorse out there. Let's take a look at a price move of 625 is your 1 to 1.272 level, and above that is 683. Looks like those are the target areas for Netflix. Also moving to the upside out here, we've got Applied Materials. AMAT is the ticker symbol, AMAT. Closed at 1986, trading out at 2060. That's going to be interesting. Let's see. The high here, 2055, very interesting. If in fact Applied Materials can open at 2060 or anything above 20.55 and never come back to touch 20.55, you've actually got a little key reversal session down at a double bottom, down at a test of a swing point that had 121 million shares. However, it was tested with 366 million shares on April 27th. Nonetheless, you could not ignore the potential for that island reversal. So please remind, now you don't have to remind me, I'll write it down on a pad of paper, AMAT, and hopefully we'll remember to come take a look at that. Well, we'll look at it when the market opens to see if it's anything even to pay attention to, but that's what's going on there. If we take a look at Carnival Cruise Lines out here, CCL is the ticker symbol. That is trading at 47.85, closed at 47.37. Right now it's trying to take on the swing point, which has a high of 49.21 from the day of April the 6th out there. Right now, we'll take a look at the futures marketplace. You've got Dow futures up 10, S&P 1.25, NASDAQ up 10 points. NASDAQ leading the charge. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization optimization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's nadex.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Each and every time that the dollar ticks higher, S&P wants higher price. Each and every time that the dollar's ticking lower, guess what? S&P wants lower price. Dollar, the metals, and the S&P are going tick for tick.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
We're off to the races. We got the Dow up 14 points straight at 18,267. S&P up 2 at 2123. NASDAQ Composite up 11 points at 5061. Russell 2000 up 40 cents trading at 1245. The DAX is down 24. The FTSE's off 11. Gold's back $8. Silver is flat. Light sweet crude back $1 to $3.23. Trade at 58.64. Lead the charge the upside. It is Netflix. You've got Avis Car Group up about 8%, up $3.80. Precision Cast Parts up $3. That's up 1.5%. China Mobile up a couple of bucks. Shake Shack up $1.82. Yum Brands up $1.34. Applied Materials, no island bottom there. In fact, I was looking at a weekly chart. I switched that over to the daily chart. Here you can see the daily would have done the same thing. However, the key is put the AMAT on your pad of paper and look at it on Monday. because it could potentially. I'm not saying it's going to, but if the markets are going to break out here, then Applied Materials ought to gap up on Monday, give you a nice little key reversal session. Here's the weekly chart. That's what I was looking at. That's when I took a look at that volume. I was like, what? 366 million shares on one day? No, that couldn't be right. In any event, out here, that's what's going on inside of Applied Materials. To the downside, we've got Green Mountain Coffee Roasters down 8.5% off about $9. El Pollo Loco, LOCO is the ticker symbol. That's down $4, 14%. Amazon's off $3. Paycom Software down $3. Clovis Oncology off $3. John Deere down $1.86. Zillow off $1.33. Post Holdings down $1.72. I mentioned the ES Mini 30-minute chart out there as a chart to be paying attention to. And I got a call from the folks over at the NASDAQ. They said, how come you're ignoring this chart? Well, okay, let's go take a look at its 30-minute chart out here. Really, if we look at the same time frames out here, now this is kind of interesting because inside of this chart, okay, the NASDAQ, which has been the strongest, at a sixth wave to the upside here, coming off really that same time period at 3:30 yesterday morning, it actually does have a price relative strength divergent reversal pattern out here. So those folks that called me at the NASDAQ, you're absolutely right. I should have given you guys priority out here since you've been pulling the market higher. So, you've got the largest reversal signal inside the 30-minute chart for the NASDAQ out here, the NQ 30-minute chart. And so that's really the one for us to pay attention today, in my opinion. Any close below 44.94 on a 30-minute basis, and then there's some type of retracement that will be in play. You say, where will that retrace to? I say, let's go take a look at the charts out here. Let me change over the 30-minute chart. It's going to be a little bit easier for me to do that for you here so that we can take a look at it. And if we put this up on the screen, we'll take a look at retracements coming off of that same time period. This is going to be right back here at this swing point at between 3 and 3:30. Yesterday, May 14th, all the way to the high out here. And that says your areas. If, in fact, the levels of 44, well, let me give you the exact number, 44.94.35. Any close below that. And what we should see is a move down to about 44.70 to 44.48 out there. And that's the NQ. So thank you for bringing that to my attention out there. Now let's go take a look at some things that are moving and grooving in the marketplace out here. Let's go take a look at moving and grooving to the downside. For those of you that are coffee lovers out there, I don't know, you may, well, most of you may have one of those Green Mountain Keurig. I am not a coffee guy. In fact, far from it. I do like coffee candy, but hey, this is day number 22, I think, 22 or 23. Not a single ounce of sugar in the Stevie system, other than natural sugars, from fruit and things like that. In the case of Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, coming back here to test this little breakout to see how strong it is from February 3rd, somewhere between the price level of 76.61 to 113. Oh, we're back on the weekly chart still. Come on, get your act together is what I was going to say. So I'm trying to get my act together. Oh, here we go. So now we can truly see that breakout. So here is where Green Mountain Coffee Roasters gets to show us just how strong it is. Can it hold that breakout and come back with light volume? Light volume in this case meaning less than 32 million shares at $84.02. If it can, then that may be support for Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. Had a request to go take a look at oil. Let's go take a look at the slick one out here. Let's look at the current contract for oil, and that is going to be June as we take. Oh, thank you for asking me to take a look at oil, the old slick one out here. It looks like we have a slick. Looks like we have, what do they call it, an oil slick. That oil slick now, we can see that crude oil has broken through the bottom of that little rising price channel out there. And we can see that crude oil is now trading with inside its market profiles. That says light sweet crude very likely to pull back to $56.17 before it goes ahead and gives you any kind of a test. That should be pretty good support inside of Texas tea, and that is what's going on with it. If we take a look at Amazon. Let's go look at Amazon down $5. See what's going on here in the case of Amazon. Nothing really, not a big deal. Amazon should have some pretty good support at a price level of $391.88. That would be a nice potential buy if it's coming back on light volume. If it's coming back on heavier volume, then your buy's not down to maybe the $340 level. And you just have to assess things one moment at a time. If we take a look at El Pollo Loco, LOCO is the ticker symbol out there. Right now, gapping down into a swing point and a breakout area. Let's go take a look at it. This thing is going to come and test its wide-ranging bar, accelerated volume, March the 13th. That is that gap. That's that rising window. 10 million shares. The price point there is $24.42. What this ought to do, if it can come back on light volume, is find some support between $23.34 and $24.42. But it does have pretty decent volume off the top so far this morning, 1.8 million shares in only 10 minutes of trading out there. That is what's going on inside of El Pollo Loco. Let's go take a look at Avis Budget Group out here. CAR is the ticker symbol. I don't see budget truck rental offerings. I don't see what the reason is behind the move out here. But let's go take a look and see if we can figure out what it is doing. So we take a look at Avis and the budget group out here. Has not gotten back all the way to its swing point from back here on October of 2014. But you do have a nice move up this morning. Pretty good volume. Behind that move, it's run into resistance of its TAS market profile, 5602. I would say any close above that would bode well for an additional move to about the price level. Let's take a look at it here. Just simply a dead cat bounce is going to take it at 57.18, and 61.57 would likely be its next targeted move once it clears that area. That's your 0.618 retracement. If we take a look at what else? Precision Cast Parts. Let's go take a look at PCP out here. PCP is up to the $210 level. It's trading into a area of supply. Precision Cast Parts has really got to clear and close above 218.58. Otherwise, what Precision Cast Parts is likely to do at some point in time is to come down and test the January 16, 2015 low, 14 million shares, somewhere around 186.17 out there. PCP being the ticker symbol. If we take a look at let's see here. Yum Brands. Let's go look at Yum Brands and Simon Property Group. Let's go take a look at them. Up $1.25. What is Yum Brands doing? Yum Brands has got a nice, well, it's got this little reversal, this little shooting star out here. We'll see if it can take that out. If it can, that's the high of May 4th. The high is 94.13. If it can take that out, well, let's got several A to B equals CD patterns to the upside out here. Let's pull this back to left, see what resistance Yum Brands has. Does it have any pièce de resistance? I do not think that it does. So Yum Brands at all-time highs out here. Everybody pretty much at the party, even though the daily showed some signs of resistance out here. The weekly's not showing it. So Yum Brands looks to be doing pretty well out there. YUM is the ticker symbol. To the downside, let's switch back. Oh, Simon Property Group. Let's go take a look at SPG out here. Let's take a look at Simon Property Group. That is a weekly chart we're looking at. So in the weekly chart with regard to Simon Property Group, we know that this 181.59 level is a key level of support. If it cracks that, then price probably moves back into a set of swing points down around the 162 area. Let's look at the daily chart, see what it has been doing out here. Simon Property Group came back, tested the swing points out here from March in 2015. There was 1.4 million shares down there. It came in with 2.4, 2 million, 1.6. So it's kind of moving into swing points with volume. Has not actually tested the low, likely to do that at 178.84. That was on Simon Property Group, SPG being the ticker symbol. Let's take a look at Whirlpool. Let's go give it a whirl. WHR is the ticker symbol. That's trading off $3. As we take a look at Whirlpool, we know that it's got some fairly stiff resistance here. It has gotten inside the gap. There was a wide price spread, accelerated volume to the downside. And that was inside of Whirlpool on April the 28th, had 4.7 million shares to the downside. Whirlpool more likely to come back and test the 172.85 level, that nice little high volume, key reversal, breakout level from December 17th, 2014. Also sets up a nice 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD to the downside out there. Again, ticker symbol WHR. Let's take a look at the Euro, see what it's doing out here on the daily chart, see if there's any more real movement. No, nothing much really going on there. what have I not taken a look at for you that I can do here before? Let's go take a look at a couple of the gold stocks, see if there's any messages out here. Let's look at Gold Corp. Of course, we know Gold Corp has been a real struggler out here. Yesterday proved that point again. If you're looking for large supply areas or where the sellers are camped out inside of Gold Corp, pretty simple, $20.46 to $20.03. That is that open window. That is a little bit of a gap down that took place on March 6th at 13 million shares. Yesterday, we saw Gold Corp move up again with light volume, 8.6 million shares. Of course, Gold Corp, one of the top 5 holdings with inside of the GDX out there. The GDX really gets moving if Gold Corp could get its act together. There we go again. We use that word act versus something else you thought I might say. If we take a look at Rand Gold out here, Rand Gold stronger than Gold Corp. Nonetheless, it was unable to take out its swing point from April 29th. That had 1 million shares. You moved into it yesterday with only 584,000 shares. I'll be darned. Very interesting, as Sergeant Schultz used to say. AEM, let's go take a look at one of the leaders out here, truly leaders inside of the gold marketplace. AEM, this thing here, boy, I was close to a little bit of an island top out here, but it was not. The low of yesterday, 33.71. The high today, oh, I take that back, 33.69. Very interesting out here when we take a look at it. Let's get rid of this A to B equals CD pattern and take a little bit closer look out here. Upon further review, right, that we get to do the upon further review deal out here. So let's look at what Agnico Eagle did yesterday. Its swing point is back here. Well, come on. Do that for the folks at home. They want to follow along. There we go. There's your swing point, 34.78. That's the date of February 5th. Now, February 5th only had volume of 2.1 million shares. Came into a little doji with 2.9 on Wednesday. Yesterday, you came into it again 1.9. Interesting. So yesterday was a test of one of the stronger looking gold stocks with light volume out there. Not a lot of conviction inside of the gold miners when we take a look at what they're doing and what they're testing. And now today, let me just make sure of that. 31.71 is the low, 31.69 is the high. That's really interesting. You got a little bit of a little island top out here at resistance inside of Agnico Eagle. What does that say to Stevie? Says if, in fact, it is as bearish as those two patterns say, couldn't bust them up. Says maybe he wants to go bust them down. Now, in the case of Agnico Eagle, it ought to find good support at 31.58. If not there, 29.92 would be the level that you would be looking at. That's what's going on inside of that equity. Let's take a look at the summation index here across the board. Oh, very, very, very interesting. Unfortunately, it's only 948, and this doesn't mean a whole lot out there, but it does give us a bit of a signal that the zero line is under pressure, and that's the line that the bulls use to defend themselves. And so today it's very important for the price oscillator to stay above the zero. Most interested in watching the NASDAQ Composite and the New York Stock Exchange. The Dow has got a mind of its own at this stage here, and it's only 30 stocks. And yeah, we got to be paying attention to it. But right now, the wider swath of the market, the New York Stock Exchange, has just enough net declining issues to push that oscillator back down below the zero line. That would be one of those absolute failures inside of the NYSE. Hey, look, to participate along with the New York Stock Exchange, you got the NASDAQ Composite. It's right now right at the zero out here. We'll have to take a look at what really takes place at the end of the trading session. If I take a look at the VIX index, one of our liquidity gauges, what is it doing here? Opened up just a tad lower, trading out at 1266. Hey, look, the reality is trades below 50-day exponential moving average. Plenty of liquidity in the marketplace out here. So, and back to the euro Japanese yen, which we didn't take a look at. That's pulling back just slightly out here. You got the euro Japanese yen down really just a hair. So overall, liquidity still looks fairly plentiful in the markets. Right now, the Dow is up 17 points. S&P is flat, up a buck. Composite is flat, up a buck as well. Russell 2000 showing its early weakness, off 4 points. We'll be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour, sponsored by Nadex. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Flat market out here. The Dow's flat. The S&P is flat. Composites off 2. Russell's not flat out here. The Russell 2000, let's just check in on it. As we take a look at the Russell 2000, just an inside day. I think, let me see, did it actually take out yesterday's high? Yesterday's high, 1245.11. 1245.89. Yeah, it did. So it just moved to slightly higher ground. What the Russell 2000 has not been able to do is Russell 2000 has not been able to break above the resistance level of that little gap to the downside at 1245.47. So we know that a close above 1245.47 would be a strong message for the IWM, for the Russell 2000 out there. A question if I would take a look at NGD. I most certainly will. NGD, what is that, New Gold out there? As we take a look at New Gold to see what it is doing out here. Now, New Gold is much weaker than, for example, a Agnico Eagle. This thing here really hasn't been able to do a whole heck of a lot. So New Gold, you know, there's not a whole lot that I can say other than it's just absolutely weaker. It's weaker than Gold Corp, which Gold Corp is struggling to get out of its way. It's certainly much weaker than gold, Brand Gold out there, and way weaker than Barrick Gold, ABX. So if you're in the mining equities alongside, I'd suggest looking at those stronger stocks versus New Gold. So that's what I see there. Just to wrap this thing up, the two charts to be watching today. One is the NASDAQ 30-minute chart out here. We know we've got a price relative strength divergent pattern. That was confirmed. The key level to be watching is going to be that market profile in around the 44.94-ish level. Any close below that, we should see at least a 0.382, maybe a 0.618, maybe even something more from a retracement standpoint. So that's going to be a key chart to be watching. And then we've got the 30-minute ES mini chart out here, and we're watching that because of the same criteria as we're watching to see if it can get above that high out here at 2:30 this morning. And we're going to watch the number to be watching there is 2117.75. Believe it or not, any close below that does not bode well for the bulls. Folks, have a wonderful weekend, fabulous Friday, and I look forward to seeing you on Marvelous Monday. Take care, folks.